tó bá ń gbọ́ tó ń sẹ́ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ tó tún milẹ̀ tìtìtìtì ẹ̀yẹ méjì kì í jàṣà ìkànnì Aláyọ̀ rédíò ń dún tó tún kilẹ̀ pálapàla má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀ ó ń dùn mọ́ni nínú.
Good afternoon. This is Alayo Online Radio TV and welcome to the news at noon. I am Oluwatoyin Elebute, bringing you the top stories making headlines this afternoon. These are the headlines. Trump sends American soldiers to Nigeria. PDP crisis, Makinde Wike's fight dirty. And in the world of business, dollar to naira exchange rate today, February 4, 2026. Subscription as Central Bank of Nigeria plans to open 1.50 trillion naira for Nigeria investors bill. And on the world of sports, Carabao Cup, why will beat Chelsea to qualify for final, Arsenal manager Arteta. Switch as legends split on Luxembourg Atletico. Before the news and details, let's go on a break.
Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn ẹ wá gbọ́ tuntun ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni mo mú wá fún yín nípa àjọ ọmọlúwàbí tí a pè ní àjọ Yorùbá Land Health Charity Foundation tí wọ́n bẹ nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun. Ẹ súnmọ́ bí ẹ wá fetí gbéyàwó ọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn àjọ yìí nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun wà fún mímọ rírì ìdàgbàsókè àti láti lè gbé èdè òun àṣà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ga ní Nàìjíríà àti ní diaspora. Ṣíṣe ìdásílẹ̀ àṣà lóríṣiríṣi fún ìrónilágbára ìrànlọ́wọ́ nípa ètò ìwé kíkà fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lápapọ̀ kò tán síbẹ̀ o. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ń gbé nílẹ̀ yìí tí wọ́n sì fẹ́ darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbáyégbádùn àwarawa àti ìbáṣepọ̀ tó mọ́yán lórí. Fi ara ẹni jì pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe olùtọ́nà nípa ètò ìmúpadàbọ̀sípò láti lè jẹ́ ká mọ̀ dájú wípé a lè ní ìbáṣepọ̀ tó lọ́rìn. Tí kò sì ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò òṣèlú tàbí ẹ̀sìn kankan. Bí kò ṣe nípa àṣà tó múnádóko láàrin ara wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àti ìwàláàyè. Ìtọ́jú ara wà o. Ìtọ́jú ẹyin. Ìtọ́jú ojú wà lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso Yorùbá Land Health Charity Foundation. Pẹ̀lú olùdarí àjọ Mr. Abdullahi Mustapha Elewi-Odo. Yorùbá Land Health Charity Foundation. Àjọ tí kò rọ̀gbọ̀kú léjọba. Tó sì ṣe ìdápadà ayọ̀ òun ìfẹ́ láàrin ọmọ Yorùbá nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun.
Ará àdúgbò mo gbé titun dé o. Pẹ̀lú Locate My Ride, ọkọ̀ nílò pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye dìrọ̀rùn gbà. Locate My Ride is a smart car tracking solution that sends you an instant alert the moment your car moves without your permission. Kí èèyàn fowó ńlá rọkọ̀ bọ̀gìnì kó tún mọ̀ wá káyà sókè torí àwọn ajínasẹ̀ tí ń jẹ wọn ají gan. Ìyẹn dèèwọ̀ whether you are at home, at work or asleep. Locate My Ride keeps watch 247 real-time update, detailed report, customizable alert ní gbogbo ìgbà ní ọmọ bí ọkọ̀ rẹ gbé wà. Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé tí ilé-iṣẹ́ Locate My Ride gbé dé lásìkò yìí. Just confidence and peace of mind. You can protect your car. Try protect your investment by calling or WhatsApp Locate My Ride on 0807 151 1451 or follow us on Instagram at Locate My Ride 247 with our reliable, secure and user-friendly solution. Drive with confidence and track with ease. Ọkọ̀ mi ọkọ̀ máa wà mí lọ kò sí fòyà.
ó pẹ́ tí mo ti ń gbọ́ rédíò káàkiri ayé. Àfìgbà tí mo ṣalábàápàdé Aláyọ̀ rédíò TV. Rédíò tó bù àyà, ó gbóúnjẹ fẹ́ gbé ó tún wọ́n gbà wúbọ̀. Ó tún wọ́n ṣe bẹbẹ yàtọ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ káàkiri àgbáyé ni wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ wa. Kábíyèsí fún gbogbo àwọn ìkànnì míì. Ẹ bá ń ṣe fìlà kórí adé. Kábíyèsí o. Alára àgbà yìí dá ní ìkànnì Aláyọ̀ jẹ́ fún gbogbo ìkànnì míì. Ògbóǹtarìgì ni wọ́n níbi ká ṣe live broadcast, music training, live streaming, photoshoot studio, ẹ̀ka ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́, audio mixing studio àti àwọn ètò lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí ìròyìn tó gbóná fẹlẹ́lẹ́ àti gbígbé àṣà àtẹ̀sìn lárugẹ. Ètò nípa lọ́kọláya, eré ìdárayá láti ẹnu àwọn atọ́kùn tó dáńtọ́. Opposite Glory filling station, Ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ Odò, along Ọjọ́ Ìwó Road, Ìbàdàn láfi kalẹ̀ sí. Ẹ lè pè wá sórí 0913-609-3243 tàbí 0707-979-0863. Aláyọ̀ rédíò TV, ìkànnì tí kò lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Tó bá ń gbọ́ tó ń sẹ́ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ tó tún milẹ̀ tìtìtìtì, ẹ̀jẹ̀ méjì kì í jàṣà. Ìkànnì Aláyọ̀ rédíò ń dún tó tún kilẹ̀ pálapàla. Má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀ o, ó ń dùn mọ́ni nínú.
Welcome back. Now the news and details. A surprise attack U.S. lawmaker speaks on Trump's threat over Christian genocide in Nigeria. The United States has sent its military to Nigeria as part of expanded cooperation between Washington and Abuja to address terrorism. Commander of the United States African Command, AFRICOM General Davin R.M. Anderson stated that Nigeria and the U.S. agreed on the need for closer military collaboration. According to Reuters, Anderson did not disclose the exact size and mission details of the deployed team, but he describes it as a small contingent with unique capabilities provided by the United States that has led to increased collaborations between our nations to include a small U.S. team that brings some unique capability from the United States, Anderson said. According to the Arise News, Nigerian Defense Minister Christopher Musa also confirmed that a U.S. team is operating in the country, declining to provide further specifics. The U.S. has conducted surveillance flights over the country from Ghana since at least late November. However, the new development represents the first official acknowledgement of U.S. forces on the ground in Nigeria since Washington conducted airstrikes in the country at the end of December. U.S. officials say that the deployed team focuses heavily on intelligence gathering and support to Nigerian forces in their fight against terrorism-affiliated groups. In a viewed response to the threat of Mr. Nyesom Wike, Minister of Federal Capital Territory (FCT), on Monday, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State yesterday declared that expelled elements he describes as vagabond no longer have control over the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Both Wike and Makinde were members of the G5 governors in the lead up to the 2023 general elections, but later fell apart shortly after the elections. Speaking at the Commission of Oyo PDP Secretariat at Okeado, Ibadan yesterday, Makinde said the vagabonds to a leadership vacuum that emerged after 2015, which he said allowed indiscipline to thrive. The governor said, in Yoruba land, we always say that if you seize a house or a compound that is peaceful, the vagabond in the house has not grown. The vagabonds in PDP, they grew up in 2015. They had their time and 10 years decade. They practiced their vagabondsy in the PDP, but they were expelled in November 2025. So no more vagabonds in PDP. So whatever it is that they are doing, you should be able to trace it back to their origin. Otherwise, those vagabonds will never have been able to take hold of PDP. The governor said he was previously aligned with the group but has since distanced himself. Let me confuse. I came into government in 2019 and towards 2023 I was yoked with them, but now I have repented. I am now a born again, he added. In the world of business, the Nigerian naira maintained its steady stance against the United States dollar during early trading on Wednesday, February 4, 2026. Following a resilient performance throughout the first few days of the month, the local currency continued to benefit from improved liquidity in the official windows and a relatively calm paro market. Official market trends in the Nigerian foreign exchange market. The naira opened the sections with a slight gain, positioned at approximately 1,387 naira 42 kobo per dollar. By mid-morning, the exchange rate shows minor fluctuations, with the dollar trading at 1,388 naira 15 kobo. This performance marks a continuation of the stability observed since the introduction of the electronic foreign exchange machine system, which has significantly improved price discovery and transparency. Financial analysts note that the current rate of the 1,388 naira 15 kobo reflects the Central Bank of Nigeria successfully management of corporate demands and the clearness of the historic foreign exchange backlogs, with external results remaining healthy. The official window has provided a more predictable environment for importers and international business. The paro market, commonly referred to as the black market, mirrored the stability since in the official sectors, through it continued to trade at the characteristic premium. In major commercial hubs like Lagos and Abuja, during the change, operators are quoting the dollars between 1,460 naira and 1,475 naira. Despite the persistent gap between the two markets, the spread remained considerably narrowed than a peak witnessed in late 2025. Traders indicate the retail demands for personal travel and small-scale transactions is being comfortably met by current supply level. This absence of aggressive speculative activities has played a vital role in preventing the sharp intraday spikes of the historical characterized the informal market at the start of the year. The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced plans to open 1.15 trillion naira worth of Nigerian Treasury bill for the investors' subscriptions on Wednesday. According to February primary market auctions calendar, the issuers will be distributed across the 91 days, 182 days, and 364 days tenure, coming at the time when spot interest rates are adjusting following recent auctions outcomes and a mid-shifting inflation outlook. Market analysts anticipate sustained investor interest, supported by strong liquidity conditions in the banking system. Approximately 6 trillion naira in expected inflow is projected to bolster funding conditions, raising expectations of the potential tightening in discount rates as inflationary pressures remain under review. Despite prevailing funding constraints, yield in the Treasury market recorded mixed movement. According to Carry Asset Limited, Nigerian Treasury bill yield trended lower as investors repositioned ahead of the next primary market auctions, while trading activities in the secondary market remain muted. Carry Asset noted that the Treasury bill market remains published, with heightened demands concentrated at the long end of the yield curve. This demand resulted in a 35 basis point decline in average yield, reflecting continued investors' preference for long durations instruments despite tight quantity conditions. Liquidity management remains central to market dynamics as the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, intensified its open market operation (OMO) through 3 auction sections aimed at mopping up excess liquidity. On Tuesday, the Apex banks offered 600 billion naira across the 210 days and 350 days OMO maturities. The auctions attracted overwhelming demands while total subscription reached 4.9 trillion naira. However, the Central Bank of Nigeria made no allotment, signaling resistance to prevail buying rates. At Thursday OMO auctions, investors' demand strengthened further, particularly for longer-dated instruments. The 348 days bill attracted 4.57 trillion naira in buying against an initial offer of 300 billion naira, while the 208 days paper recorded 1.36 trillion naira in subscription. And in the world of sport, Arsenal manager Mike Arteta has suggested that the Gunners defeat Chelsea 1-0 in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Second leg fixture on Tuesday because his players were impressive against the Blues. Arteta also pointed out how well Arsenal managed Chelsea attacking threat throughout the match held at the Emirates Stadium. Recalls that Arteta's side defeats Liam Rosinho. Men's also Kai Havertz netted the decisive goals in the second half. This win proper Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final with a 4-2 aggressive goal scores, having trumped 3-2 in the first leg at Stamford Bridge. In this post-match interview, Arteta said, "We definitely prepared to win this match. Today was a very different game from the previous games at Stamford Bridge. We defeat with very well. This way the team compete and understand what we had to do was really impressive. And now let's win the Carabao Cup final." Amid the frenzy surrounding Ademola Lookman high-profile move from Atalanta to Atletico Madrid, former Nigerian international Friday Ekpon and Ifeanyi Udeze have offered differently perspectives on the winger transition from Serie A to La Liga. Atletico Madrid officially announced the signing on Monday, securing the 28-year-old in 4 years deal worth 40 million euro. The 2024 African Footballer of the Year has been assigned the number 22 jersey at the Metropolitano. Friday Ekpon, a 1992 African bronze medalist, hailed the move as a significant milestone, arguing that Atletico stature will elevate Lookman's global profile. Congratulations to Ademola Lookman on joining such a prestigious club. Ekpon said he has played for good teams before, but moving to a giant like Atletico shows his desire to reach the next level. He now needs to adapt quickly to their systems and work hard to make a lasting impact. Addressing concerns over Dig Semyon, not ruthlessly disciplined tactical setup, Ekpon suggests that Argentine Ridion would actually refine Lookman's versatility. Football isn't just about attacking. Defense starts from the front. Ekpon told Brilliant FM, "Even as an attacker, you must contribute defensively. I believe Atletico approach will make Lookman a more complete player." However, Ifeanyi Udeze, who represents Nigeria at the 2002 FIFA World Cup, offered a more cautious take. The former West Bromwich Albion defender expressed concern at Semwon's ultra-defensive philosophy might strip Lookman's natural flair. "The move isn't bad in itself," Udeze remarked. "My only fear is that Semwon might change his style so much that his core skills are suppressed. Semyon prioritizes constant marking over individuals dribbling. Lookman's worth rate will have to be exceptionally high to thrive in that environment." And that's all we have now on our nationwide news at noon on Alayo Online Radio TV. You can follow us on our social media platforms. Thanks for listening and good afternoon.
tó bá ń gbọ́ tó ń sẹ́ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ tó tún milẹ̀ tìtìtìtì ẹ̀jẹ̀ méjì kì í dáṣà.